today I'm going to show you how to make this map illustration using accurate topography and accurate state boundaries. I've made other versions of this tutorial, but I've got a different approach now, and I'm able to do more accurate, realistic renders. And I'm going to use QGIS, which is an open source GIS program, and then I'm going to use Blender to render it out in Blender is also open source, so you should be able to make all of this absolutely free. So first thing, come in here, you download the QGIS app, and it looks like this. And here we are. We're going to do a new empty project, and here's what we got. If you don't have these windows for whatever reason, you can go up to project. Where is it? Geez. Here we go. Panels, and then you can turn these on. I have browser, layer styling, layers, and processing toolbox. You can turn all those on. Cool. Once you're there, go to here. You can Google U.S. states shapefile, and the shapefile is the vector path that QGIS uses. They don't use SVGs. It's this thing called a shapefile. It's .shp, I believe. I came down here. 2018 is the latest. I did states, and I downloaded this one. So now let's go back here. We're going to go here. Here's my download. I basically just drag this over and drop it in as a zip file. And the first thing you'll notice is that it's stretched, right? Oh, by the way, here's the layers. You can turn this on and off. But yeah, so first thing, it's stretched. So we're going to come down here to the projection, right? So projection is how, the map is these states are arbitrary, but we've defined them around a sphere, our Earth, but we view them in a different projection, more of a flat projection. And so this button down here, that's what this gives us. So this lets us change that projection. There's all these different coordinate systems. It's a bunch of nerdy math stuff. Clicking on this one gives us, you can see these different shapes and formats here. We want this first one, this WGS 84, whatever that is. And again, I'm not an expert on this. I just know that one looks good. So I hit OK. Now this in here gives us that projection. Again, it's on the sphere, so whatever's straight on is going to be the most or the least distorted. So I'm going to pick one state. I'm going to pick Montana because that's where I currently reside. And there we go. So now we can see it's shorter, right? It's more square and more what we are used to seeing. Where'd that go? Well, we can right click and do zoom to layers. There it goes. Okay, so now we have this in here. We want to minimize. We want to eliminate some of the stuff that we have here. All the other shapes. We just want Montana in this case. Yeah, here's the .shp. So I right click it. There's a layer here called attributes. Attribute tables. So you open that up, bring this over here, and here are these attributes. There's all the different things here, water, land, whatever those are, the names that we're used to, and then there's this state USPS. I assume that's US Postal Service. I like using that one. So we click on that, sort them by name, come down to Montana, and row 30, as I click on it, you'll see that it highlights in yellow. That's what we want. Cool. So now it's selected, right? And I can come to here, Mississippi, or wherever that is, Commonwealth somewhere. I'm not sure which one that is, Missouri. But yeah, so we go here, click on this one, make sure it's selected, and you'll see it's yellow. And remember that US Postal Service, we'll need that in a minute. But so close the attributes panel. Come over here to vector, vector selection. And then we want to do extract by attribute. These are basically like commands or code, code that you can run. It's Python code, I believe, but we click on that and we get this panel. So we want the layer, this is our only layer. We want the STUSPS, right? And the operator equals MT, right? And then do all this stuff. And then we just hit run. And watch over here in the layers, you'll see what happens. We go run, and now we have this purple layer. And this is saying, great, everything's good. It's really fast, so close that. Now we can turn this off, and now we have our Montana. So then I'm going to zoom in, and here we go. Okay, so this is our first step. Now we want to run a excuse me, we want to run a DEM, a digital elevation model. And to do that, you get this plugin. It's called Open Topography DEM Downloader. Download this, install it into QGIS. It's very straightforward. Then you need to get an API key once you have it installed. Come here to opentopography.org, click request an API key. It gives you a big long string, and you're good to go. So once you have that, then we come up to plugins. No, we go to vector, sorry, and it's geoprocess. No, let's see, where is it? Oh, here it is. Sorry, it's a raster. So vector is the paths, but raster is the bitmap, and this is going to be a bitmap. This is going to give us the elevation information, the elevation profile for this area. So we go here to this Open Topography DEM downloader, click on that, and now we have some settings here. We're going to leave this on SRTM 90. So now we can define the extent, which just means area, the area to download. Oh, I need to block that out, but so I click on that. I can pick the whole window here, or I can do calculate from layer, and I'll do this extracted. So now it's just going to give me this area, and then open output. No, I hit run. Gives a second. Okay, it's downloading. You can see it's pretty large. Okay, good. And there we go. That's what we want. So let's close that. Start naming some of these. So we're going to right click. We're going to do rename, and we'll call this Montana DEM, Digital Elevation Model. And then here we're going to do rename layer and call this Montana Vector. Okay. So now drag this layer on top, and we can see exactly what's been downloaded, right? It basically finds the bounding box of our state that we're using, and then creates this. So now good there. Now we need to clip the raster. Use this as a mask, right? So that's so we go down to GDAL here, and we go to raster extraction, and we do clip raster by mask layer. Double click that. Input layers MTDEM, that's our name we gave. Mask layer is MT vector. Everything else we can leave. Everything else is set. We hit run. And this is basically going to clip out the raster, the elevation map, within the vector shape. So looks like nothing happened, but as we see, we have all these layers on. So let's start turning them off. Turn that layer off. And now we turn this layer off, and here's our map, right? So it's this one here. So we're going to call this. So we turn all these off. And notice around the borders here, if you leave these on, it's not good. So we want to keep it all off except for this clipped mask. Let's right click this. We'll call this DEM Montana, DEM outlined. Okay. Cool. So now, last couple steps here, we do export. Now we want to export this map to an image. So here we go. We want to do calculate from layer, which is this one, the outlined layer. The output width and height I couldn't get those to scale. So what I've done is gone. I just scale up the DPI. So I do, let's see. So 300 gives us this size image, but you could do 500. It basically just calculates out to pixels anyway. I'll just do 300 for this, but you want to do that anyway if you're printing. But yeah, that's a large enough image for what we're doing. So you can leave these on or off. These don't really do anything, but I hit save. And then I'm going to do new folder on the desktop, and I'll call this Montana map. And I'll call this one MT-DEM outlined. Right? Okay, let's just make sure that's there. Go to desktop, and here it is, 2.5 megs. I click on it, and we see it's here. I don't know why it's not all the way there, but let's pull that into Photoshop real quick and see. Yeah, okay, it's there. Okay, so that's our first thing. Second thing is now we want to keep this layer and use that as a vector outline. We're going to use that as well. So we click on that layer, we go export, map to PDF. It's not really a PDF, but that's what we're going to do. So we go layer here, and we go empty vector. We do the same thing just to keep it the same. Again, it's a vector, but that's just what we do. We can turn these on or off, and then hit save. Okay, and we call this one empty vector. All right, done. Here we go. So let's go look at our files. We have a vector file that's here, and we have our PNG file that's here. So those are the two things we need. Now, with both of these, I don't know, I'm not good enough to understand how to fix these. So I have to bring this vector PDF into Illustrator. And here it is. And I have to select this white space and delete it, and then I have to go into here and delete this line, and then paste that back in. Again, we can change that color to whatever. Cool, so now we have this, and then now I'm going to save as an SVG. Oh, not compress, save as an SVG in the same folder. I save, everything looks great, and I hit OK. So now we have this instead of this. Okay, and then we have to go here. We have to do that again in, it says 12 megs for this file. Oh, that's why it wasn't working, because it was still rendering out. So here we go. Now the same thing here. I've just found it's easier to select the white areas and delete. And then now we have this transparent area. So we do File, Export, Quick Export, and we go to Montana Map and do this and do transparent. Okay. Cool, so that's the QGIS part. I think I'll stop here and create another video because I think this is getting long. But basically what we have here now is this transparent file. we have the white one. The white one will work in Blender, but this is easier. See, it's transparent here. And then we have this SVG, and these are accurate. They're highly accurate. And they're ready to go. So cool. Yeah, I'll do in part 2. We'll bring all this into Blender and make the map.